All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start by reviewing our fraction vocabulary. So fractions show the number of equal parts of a whole. The numerator, or the number on the top, represents how many parts are in question, or how many parts are being counted. Often it's how many pieces are shaded, or how many pieces you have. The denominator, or the bottom number, represents how many equal parts are in the whole. The fraction bar separates the numerator from the denominator. And to use this fraction bar, it represents a whole. All of the parts have to be the equal same size. A unit fraction names each part of a whole, and unit fractions always have a numerator of 1. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to drag and drop these to their correct part. So the number of parts in question, or the number of things we are counting, is the numerator. There we go. And the number of parts in the whole is the denominator. Looking at our fraction now, our numerator is on top. There are 4 parts shaded, and our denominator is on the bottom. There are 5 parts in this whole shape. So you also have to make sure that your shape or your whole has equal parts. So you can see here in this nice circle, there are 3 equal parts. So I'm going to drag that over here. Nice equal parts. Look at this blue rectangle though. It is not equal. These 2 sides are much bigger than the middle. Same with this triangle here. The 2 pieces on the bottom are much bigger than the pieces on top. This trapezoid is equal with 3 nice triangles. This rectangle is not equal. One side is much bigger than the other, or 1/2 of the sides. And this triangle is nice and equally split in half. So let's talk a little bit more about unit fractions. Unit fractions use models to help you think about fractions. So how many of the parts are shaded? 1. How many of them are there in the whole? 4. So what fraction would work? 1/4. How many parts are shaded here again? Just 1 of the parts. But how many parts are there in that whole? There are 6. So the fraction would be 1/6. Let's look at unit fractions in their numerical form. 5 parts and 1 is shaded. 1/5 is the unit fraction. 4 parts and 1 is shaded. 1/4 is the unit fraction. 3 parts and 1 is shaded. 1/3 is the unit fraction. And this last one has 6 parts and 1 of them is shaded. 1/6 is that unit fraction. Now I want to think about fractions of a whole. So how many of these parts are shaded? 3. And how many of them are there in the whole? 4. So 3/4. In this shape, there are 6 parts in the whole, and there are 4 shaded. 4/6. And last one. First, I want to talk about this circle. There are 5 parts. 2 of them are shaded. The fraction is 2/5. Look at this circle. All of the parts are shaded. So that fraction actually represents the whole, and it has the same denominator and numerator. Two-thirds and 3/6. All right, guys, now you're going to get a chance to practice on your own.